appearing on Chuck Barris's $1.98 program started so much havoc in my life. First of all, I had done all of Chuck's shows. I did the Gong show, Comedy Courtroom later on, yeah, and then I did $1.98 beauty pageant. Now, I wasn't going to do the $1.98 beauty pageant because I was a pageant girl, and I wanted to enter the Miss California pageant. And I was entering the Miss Torrance pageant to get to the Miss California for the Miss America pageant, which was a whole different pageant system back then. It was very conservative. So I said, if I enter this $1.98 pageant, it's going to look bad. And sure enough, what happened was, he goes, don't worry, this is a great show, you're going to have a blast doing it. I mean, he didn't tell me I was going to win or anything, but I did win. And it was a blast, except sure enough, I only came out first runner-up in Miss Torrance because they didn't like the whole indication of the $1.98 pageant making fun of the pageant systems of the Miss America pageant. So I came in first runner-up, so I never got to the Miss California America pageant. It was devastating at that time. But talking about Chuck Barris, he was so good to me. He was really cool. I mean, he was so ahead of his time. The Gong show was great. I met Willie McCovey. Willie McCovey used to always call and ask me out to go have dinner with him. And then I met Pat McCormick, who later then ended up writing for Up All Night, so that was amazing. And then Chuck himself was amazing. Chuck would ask me out, and I would always say no, and then he would say, what's the harm of me coming over and having a hard-boiled egg? I actually have a letter somewhere in my files that says that from Chuck. So he was really cool, he was really sweet, and he was so ahead of his time. And then along comes Comedy Courtroom, which was prior to all the court shows, and then that was a show I met my boyfriend that I stuck around with for 14 years, Bobby Kelton. But the Comedy Courtroom, I was the bailiff. It was very funny. And Chuck would have used me show after show, but then he moved to France because that's the kind of stuff that Chuck did, right? Yes.
Here again is candidate number 5, the dancing doll with the dancing doll, Rhonda Shear. Rhonda!
Rhonda Shear measures 35, 21, 35. Rhonda tells us that she's a third-generation nurse. Her mother was a nurse, her mother's mother was a nurse, and her grandfather liked to dress up like a nurse. But being a nurse is a far cry from being a Las Vegas showgirl, which is Rhonda's ultimate goal. She says the only thing that's stopping her is the fact that she gets nauseous driving through Barstow. That's Rhonda Shear from